The x and z. Exactly. So this is the dxz for you. Xz will write one lobe in between x and z. Like this. This is this is dxz. Next, fourth one is dx square y square. There will be lobes in along the axis, not in between, along the axis. One lobe, another. This is dx square y square. Similarly, another one is dz square, and this is slightly different. It will have one lobe. It will not have double dumbbell shape. Okay, this is one lobe along z axis. Another concentric ring along xy plane will be there. Okay, a ring along xy plane. Something. Okay, so one second. A ring along xy plane. Okay, this is the slightly different structure. This is what we call dz square. Okay, so these are the 5d orbital. Can you people differentiate among 5d orbitals? What is the difference between 5d orbitals? Anybody? What is that you have noted? See, 3 orbitals dxy, yz, xz have lobes in between the axis, whereas 2 orbitals have lobes along the axis. Dx square, y square, dz square have lobes along the axis, whereas dxy, yz, xz have lobes in between the axis. That's the one major difference between among the 5d orbitals. Okay, and f subshell is very complex in structure. D itself is like that. No, F will be very complex. So therefore, F orbital, we simply say it's a complex structure. When it comes to shape, we simply say it's a complex structure.
Sir, how can we write it in the form of that x, y, y, z, sir, F orbital?
For F orbital, we can't write. The structure, still it is not authentically given. Recently, some research shows that it has distracted double dumbbell shape. Okay, and that's why the structure is so complex, it is difficult to represent. That's the meaning of that. When I say complex, it can't be written. That's the meaning of that. Okay, so shape complex, and there are 7 F orbitals actually. That's why we write a box with 7 sub boxes like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is how exactly it goes. We simply say this structure is complex. So just know about all these orbitals. Now people have to tell me, when I say a double dumbbell, which is that?
P block.
D.
D.
D. Which is spherical?
S.
Yes.
Which is complex?
F orbital.
What is P?
Dumbbell.
Dumbbell. There are 5. Which one?
Sir,
D.
D.
There are 3. Which one?
Sir, P.
There is only one.
S, sir.
There are 7.
P, sir.
F.
There are 7.
F.
F1.
F, sir.
F1. Okay. So that's very nice. These are the 5 D and 7 F and 3 P and 1 S orbitals. Okay. Now what we'll do? We'll move on to problems. I'll go to next page here. Numericals. Numericals. Okay. In this numericals, we are going to work out problems to begin with. These are the formulae we have come across so far in our discussion. Formulae. Okay. in our syllabus, we need to work out all these problems. See, velocity of light c is equal to nu lambda, correct? And wave number nu bar is equal to what? Anybody? 1 by lambda. Wave number nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. Number 3, we have this energy present in each quantum. E is equal to h nu.
H mu.
Correct, no? And based
Yes,
on
sir.
photoelectric effect, energy of the incident photon h nu is equal to h nu naught plus kinetic energy. Correct? H nu is equal to h nu naught is also called work function. Work function W they say, or phi they represent. There are different symbols for that. Half mv square. Okay, work function or W I will say plus half mv square. Okay, after that Rydberg equation is there. Okay, Rydberg equation is nu
RH into Z square.
is equal to RH into Z square into what?
Into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square.
Very good. 1 by N2 square. This is it. So on these problems, formulae, we are going to work out numericals now. Is that okay? What I require is a simple calculator you should have, so that accurate answers will be given. Board calculations require simple calculator, whereas competitive exam, whether it is JEE Main, NEET or CET, there will be no calculator allowed. So in CET, how you work out the problems is different. We'll tend to approximate things and find out the nearest answer immediately. But here, approximate answers make you lose marks. So board problems require exact answers. CET or any competitive exam, you can approximate and guess the correct answer out of 4. So this is how exactly. I want all of you to have a simple calculator.
Sir, that fourth formula can you explain, sir? That H mu is equal to half mv square plus.
This one, fourth one.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are muted, sir.
Who muted me? I myself is the host. Who muted me, man? Nobody can mute me actually. Can co-host mute me? Prajwal. Strange, no? Okay,
sir.
ಇದೇನು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ?
ಸರ್
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ನೀವೇನಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಹೌದಾ, ಇದಕ್ಕಿದಂಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Right, let's see. Fourth one, it is nothing but photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? When a metal is exposed to a particular radiation with a
Electron gets ejected when a radiation
get ejected, alva. So energy of the incident photon E is equal to a part of that energy will be utilized to remove the electron from the metal surface. The energy required to remove the electron from metal surface is called threshold energy E naught, and remaining energy will be supplied to the electron as kinetic energy. Okay, so let's say a photon of 15 joules of energy will be incident on the metal surface. 10 joules is the threshold energy. Remaining 5 joules will be imparted to the electron to make it move with a certain amount of kinetic energy. So E is the energy of photon, which is given by h nu. E naught is h nu naught. Nu naught means threshold frequency. Kinetic energy is half mv square. I think you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students, all of you should have a simple calculator. I'll proceed with numericals now. I need little space. Okay, I'll just take out this video. Come on, we'll take one by one now. Now as I write the problems, you also need to write down this in your notes. Okay, in the beginning of my class I have told you, you should keep 200-page long notebook for every teacher. Chemistry 2 teachers, physics there may be 2 teachers, and mathematics today there is 1 teacher has been introduced. Atreya sir, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am not able to see the screen. Who? Sana, Ikra. Is it the same case for everybody? All of you can see the screen, no?
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
Sana, I request you to log out and log in again. If you can't see the screen.
Sir, I've logged out from the other account and I've logged in through the other account, sir.
No. Okay, you do one thing. Log out and again log in. There may be some technical thing. It may be solved.
Yes,
Because everybody
sir.
are seeing. Only if you are not seeing, there is some
No, sir.
problem.
Now I'm able to see.
Oh my God. Okay, that's fine. We shall take up a problem. One second. Come on. Problem number 1. You need to write down this now. Okay. A certain X-ray. Just take the reading. A certain X-ray photon. X-ray photon has a wavelength of has a wavelength of 0.79 Armstrong. Calculate a wave number B frequency C energy of the photon. Energy of the photon. So that there are three sub questions in this problem. Okay, what has been given is only wavelength. Wavelength is 0.79 Armstrong. Okay, we need to solve this now. Solution. Hope all of you have written the question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll take up A. Wavelength lambda is the symbol is equal to 0.79 Armstrong. Okay, wave number we need to calculate. Nu bar is the symbol for that. What is the simple equation for wave number? Wave number is equal to 1 by
Lambda.
1 by lambda.
I think somehow it is getting muted. I don't know.
Sir, answer is 1.265822, sir.
Okay, so you can convert that one into meter because generally wave number is expressed in per meter. Per Armstrong also you can do, but that is not a usual practice. Okay, so what we can do, 0.79 into Armstrong means what is 1 Armstrong is?
10 to the power of minus 10 meter.
10 raised to minus 10 meter. This is the conversion required. Okay, so 0.79 Armstrong into 10 raised to minus 10. Now you give the answer. This will go to numerator. It becomes plus 10.
1.265 into 10 raised to 10 meter.
10 raised to 10, sir.
265 into 10 raised to 10. What is the unit now? Lambda. What is the unit of lambda? Meter now, because we have converted Armstrong to meter. So 1 by meter, when it goes to numerator, per meter. Am I right? So that's the unit.
So how do you get 1.265?
1 divided by 0.79 will be 1.265. This 10 raised to minus 10 go to numerator 10 raised to 10 per meter. Shall we proceed now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Frequency we need to calculate. Frequency, wave number are related. What is the formula with which they are related? C is equal to nu lambda. Am I right? Nu lambda. So they are asking us to calculate frequency. Nu is equal to C by lambda. Lambda has been given. I have written already. What is C? C is velocity of light in air or vacuum. How much is that?
3.3.
Into 10 power 8 meter per second.
8 meter per second in SI units. Right. So let us substitute, simplify. Divided by lambda is, again you have to take in meters only, into 10 raised to minus 10. Minus 10 goes to numerator, plus 10. 10 raised to 8, 10 raised to 10 becomes 10 raised to 18. 3 divided by 0.79 you have to do, and let me know the answer.
Sir, 3.7974.
3.7974.
3.7974. Very good. If with this 10 raised to minus 10 goes to numerator, plus 10, and there are two terms there, 10 raised to 8, 10 raised to 10, it becomes 10 raised to 18. What is the unit of frequency? It is
Hertz.
Mu, sir.
Hertz.
Hertz per second.
Hertz. Okay. Hertz, that's all. Or cycles per second, you can say. Okay. We'll take C. Energy of the photon. Now, energy of the photon is given by what? Photon or quantum. E is equal to
H mu.
Nu we calculated. H we know. What is H? Planck's constant.
6.26 into 10 to the power of minus 34.
Into 10 raised to minus 34 joules. That is in SI units. Okay. Now come on, substitute and simplify. That's all. E is equal to H nu.
Sir, it is 2.51 into 10 raised to power 10 raised to minus 17.
Power you need to recheck. E is equal to H nu. 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34. H nu is,
So 10 raised to minus 24.
no, you have to take this into account. 3.7974 into 10 raised to 18. 10 raised to minus 34, 10 raised to minus 18 will be 10 raised to minus 16. Am I right? Give me the product of 6.625
comes to be
3.7974. How much would it be?
25.1615.
25.1615. Good. 10 raised to minus 34 into 10 raised to minus 10 raised to 18 would be 10 raised to minus 16. Am I right? You can shift one decimal and you can express it in power. Generally, 2 decimal. After that, we don't give decimal place there. After first non-zero digit, we'll shift it. So when I shift the decimal to left hand side, 2.5. Let's not go up to 5 decimal. We'll approximate. We can make 1 as 2 there and round it off. 2.5162 into 10 raised to what?
Minus 17.
Sure? Minus 17 or minus 15?
15.
17.
So 15, so.
Shall I give you one easy, non-confusing method? Because always we may be knowing, we understand things, but still it get confused. We'll do one thing. We'll take this formula, simple one, LIRD. Always while shifting the decimal, LIRD. What is that? If you shift the decimal to left hand side, increase the power. If you shift the decimal to right hand side, decrease the power. Left, increase. right decrease. We'll come back to this now. Are we shifting decimal to the left hand side or right hand side? Left hand side. Left hand side means you need to increase the power. This is a negative power. Negative power, if it becomes minus 17, it becomes much more less.
Less.
So it has to be, therefore,
Minus
minus
15.
15. You have to increase by 1. Okay. So it becomes minus 16, increases to minus 15. Now, what is the energy unit? So many joules. Come on. I think you have understood, all of you. If all of you want to see the entire problem, I'll just zoom out a little bit so that it fits the entire screen. You can see this. Come on. LIRD. Shall I proceed now? Next problem.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Can you move a bit up, sir?
Okay. Is that fine? Or you want to take the formula also?
No, sir. No, this is enough. Sir.
When problem is complete, let me know so that I can proceed.
Done, sir.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Completed, sir.
Very nice. So we'll take up second problem.
No. No.
Calculate another simple similar one. You need to do. I will not explain this now, okay? Because it's similar. We'll zoom out, zoom in. Now, calculate the energy of a quantum of radiation of wavelength of wavelength 250 nanometer. Let me know the answer. You should work out by yourself now. Energy of quantum is given by E is equal to h nu. Rest everything you have to do now. All of you have to try. You are at home alone thinking, so you can simply copy down. You have to try. All problems you will get to know how to solve only when you try. And if the lecturer works out 10 problems in a class, into 5 times 50 more similar problems should be worked out. Whether it is a board examination problem or it is competitive ones, into 5 times is minimum. Is minimum when I say that.
The answer is
Tell me.
1.65625 into 10 to the power of minus 22.
Answer is deviated. You try it again. You should check H value, C value and lambda value whether it is used properly. And you need to convert into meters, all SI units. Probably conversion is a problem there. Anybody else?
1656.25 into 10 to the power 40.
1 point. I'm a little doubtful about 1 point something. Anybody else?
Sir, 0.0795 into 10 to the power of minus 26 joules.
Minus 26, huh?
Yes, sir.
Again, power is somehow it is not getting closer. Answer 0.0795 seems to be correct. Okay.
Sir, 10 to the power of minus 7 into 0.0795.
Okay. Let me check.
7.95 into 10 to the power of minus 19.
minus
That's the
19.
correct answer. Very good. Now H is nu can be written as C by lambda. You know this, right? Just now we have done in the previous problem. So H is 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34. What is C velocity of light? 3 into 10 raised to 8.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, I got 7.825 to 10 raised to minus 19.
No problem. It is close by. Can be accepted. That recurring is slightly a different one. Lambda, you need to convert that one. Okay. Lambda is 250 nanometer, no? 250 nano. When I say 10 raised to minus 9, you should know
Yes,
the
sir.
power. Okay. E is equal to 6.625 into 3 divided by 250 is how much, man? 0.0795. How much is?
No, sir.
6.625 into 3 divided by 250, you give me the value.
Sir, I got the value of frequency, sir. It's 1.2 into 10 to the power of 15 hertz.
No, that's fine. Anyhow, in my steps here, please give me 6.625 into 3 divided by 250. How much it is?
Sir, 0.0795.
Now, okay. We'll take up this now. 10 raised to minus 9 goes to numerator plus 9. 10 raised to 8, 10 raised to 9 will become 10 raised to 17. And 10 raised to plus 17 and this 10 raised to minus 34 will be 10 raised to minus 17. Now, shift the decimal to right answer or left hand side?
Right hand side.
Right hand decrease. LIRD. Right hand decrease. Okay. Minus 17 when it is negative power, decrease the power means it should go to more negative value. 1 I will shift the decimal now. It becomes minus 17 becomes minus 18. I'll shift one more. It becomes minus 19. So 2 decimal shift 7.95 into 10 raised to minus 19 unit is joules. Hope all of you have understood. Only mathematics is involved here and chemistry part is only by up to using the equation. That's all, nothing else. You should know the mathematics of this chemistry problem. When it is complete, let me know. I'll move on to the next problem. Is that complete?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll take next problem. I intentionally go with a little slow and simple problems and then move on to little higher level so that all of you can get used to it. What is the wavelength of an electromagnetic radiation? An electromagnetic radiation. What is the wavelength of an electromagnetic radiation of frequency of frequency 3 into 10 raised to 15 hertz. It is simple one. I'll give you 30 seconds. You need to work out now.
Sir, 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7.
Yes, sir.
Very good. That's all the answer. Okay. We can go with the solution. Okay. What is the wavelength they are asking? Again, frequency is given. C is equal to nu lambda. So lambda is equal to C by nu. 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 3 into 10 raised to 15. So easy ratio. If go to numerator minus 15, 10 raised to 8 into 10 raised to minus 15 will be 10 raised to minus 7. Okay, let me write once into 10 raised to minus 15. So would be equal to 10 raised to minus 7. You can write 1 into 10 raised to minus 7, no problem. What is the unit now of lambda? Is it joules?
Meter.
Meter. It is so many meters. Let me know when it is finished. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Fourth one we take. A 100 watt. Where do we use this watt unit in day-to-day life usage?
Sir, power.
Power. Which generally, which is concerned to which one generally? Watt.
So bulbs.
Bulbs.
Electrical appliances.
Correct. No, 10 watt, 100 watt, something like that, right? A 100 watt bulb gives a monochromatic radiation monochromatic. Chroma means color. Mono, single color radiation. That's the meaning of that. That's all. Okay. A 100 watt bulb gives a monochromatic radiation of wavelength 400 nanometer. Okay. Calculate the number of photons emitted by the bulb in a unit time. In a unit time. When I say unit time, it can be taken as 1 unit of time is 1 second. Generally, SI unit is 1 second. So, in a unit of time means in 1 second, how many photons are emitted by the bulb. Now, you can take in the problem given. This you should know. Since you don't know, I am giving within the bracket given like that. This data from physics, at least you should know 1 watt Okay, 1 watt is nothing but 1 joules emitted per second. If 1 joules of energy emitted per second, that can be called as 1 watt. So what do you mean by 100 watt bulb? 100 joules emitted per second. You take 30 seconds. You give me how to solve the problem. Idea to solve the problem. If somebody gives me the answer, I'll be happy. At least you should tell me the steps now. Think about it and let me know the steps. Read again, understand, and give me the steps.
Sir, C value is 100 into 10, 300 into 10 power 8, sir. 10 power 8 joules.
3 into 10 raised to 8. Okay.
That into 100 means it becomes 300 into 10 raised to 8 joules, sir. The lambda value is like 400 into 10 to the power of minus 9, since it is nanometers.
Okay.
Mu, sir.
No. When I ask you to give the steps like that, not mathematical thing. Say, I'll calculate in first step so and so quantity, and the next step I will calculate number. That's what I want.
Excuse me, sir.
Anirudh has raised the hand. Is it the Anirudh speaking?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Anirudh.
Sir, answer is 2.012 into 10 to the power 20.
Very good. Very nice. That's the correct answer. Anirudh, tell me what you have done.
First, we have power of bulb, that is 100 joules per second. 100 watt, which we converted into joules.
Okay.
And then energy of photon, the formula.
Correct. Which means find out based on the given data. Lambda has been given 400 nanometer. That is sufficient enough to find out energy of one photon.
Sir, the formula will be total energy by energy of 1 photon, no, sir?
Exactly. That's all. Exactly. Total energy is 100 joules per second. That is 100 watt divided by energy of 1 photon. So what is step 1? Step 1 is to calculate energy of a photon. What is the formula for that? E is equal to h nu. But nu they have not given, lambda they have given. So h into c by lambda. E is equal to, you know the constant now, 6.625. People use 626 also, no problem. Minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by lambda they have given. Let me write here. Lambda 400 nano is 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Okay, so E is equal to, come on, 6.625 into 3 divided by 400. Let me know the answer. 6.625 into 3 divided by 400. Somebody?
0.016.
4968.
0.0?
4968.
4968, sir.
66. Okay. This minus 9 goes to numerator. It becomes 17 minus 17.
Sir, it is 68, not 6.
Okay, 68. I'll take 68. Fine. This is minus 17. Shift the decimal. E is equal to, I am shifting the decimal to right hand side. LIRD. So 4.68 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. What is this actually? This is energy of one photon.
Sir, it's 4968.
Yes, sir.
Is it?
0.4968.
Okay, I'll change this. 0.04968. Fantastic. 4.968 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. That is energy of one photon. What is the total energy? 100 watt is 100 joules per second. Okay. So I can just take number of photons you need to calculate. The simple arithmetic calculation. Step 2. Okay. Total energy. is equal to 100 watt, nothing but 100 joules per second. Per unit time they are asking, just divide, that's all. Okay, energy of one photon, so number of photons or number of quantum, as per their notation, number of photons is equal to total energy divided by energy of one photon. Energy of a photon. Okay. So 100 divided by 4.968 into 10 raised to minus 19. So that will give number of photons.
20.1288.
Generally, we'll keep the decimal after first digit, first non-zero digit. 20 point, how much, madam?
128.
Into 10 raised to plus 19. Am I right?
Plus.
Then it becomes 2.01298. 98 can be approximated to 3, no problem, because 1298 can be approximated to 3. 2.013 into 10 raised to 1 decimal left hand side, you need to increase, so it becomes 20. Okay, so many photons. I'll just zoom out so that all of you can see the problem.
Yeah, 10 to the power 22, no sir. 100 is also okay.
No, that has been divided actually.
That's all.
100 divided by 4.968. It is actually almost 5. Right? No, 2 point something it will come. So let me know if you once copy down completely. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. I'll take up 5th problem now. Compare the energies of two radiations. Compare the energies of two radiations, one with wavelength of 400 nanometer, and the other with 800 nanometer. Generally, when you say compare energies, you will take the ratio of one photon to another. You can call first photon as E1 energy and second photon energy as E2. Take the ratio, that's all. Correct?
1:2.
Pardon me?
The ratio of the
How much?
energy is 1:2.
1:2.
1:2 or 2:1?
2:1, sir. 2:1.
Ah.
E2 is to E1
For photon 1, E1 is equal to hc by lambda 1. Right? For photon 2, E2 is equal to hc divided by lambda 2. Take the ratio. E1 by E2 is equal to hc lambda 1 into reciprocal lambda 2 divided by h. Cancels, constants. Lambda 2 divided by lambda 1, 800 divided by 400. So it is 2 by 1, 2. So therefore, when we compare, E1 is to E2 is equal to 2:1. We have written the energy expression, taken the ratio. Let me know if it is complete.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll take up next problem. This page has become overflooded. It's non-responsible. So let me check one more problem as possible. Sixth one. The threshold energy for the photoelectron emission from the surface of a metal is 4.9 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. That is threshold energy. Calculate threshold frequency. Threshold frequency and the wavelength. Threshold frequency and the wavelength of the photon required to eject the electron. Required to eject the electron. So this problem is based on photoelectric effect. Okay, so I'll just give the brief idea about this. See, there is a metal surface. Okay, metal surface. Here electrons are there. So they have given threshold energy for photoelectron emission for surface of a metal is 4 point. So if you want to remove electron, okay, you have to incident a radiation of suitable frequency for that threshold energy. Generally E naught we write above is 4.9 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. Okay, electron, photoelectron is emitted. Electron emitted from photoelectric effect is photoelectron. That's all. So calculate threshold frequency, nu naught they're asking, right? So nu naught.
Sir, is the wavelength 400 nanometers?
Wavelength is how much?
400 nanometer.
Slightly less. They're not exactly correct. Probably in competitive exams, you could find nearest value and mark it. But here we need correct answer. Any deviation would lose the marks also. Okay. So they are asking calculate threshold frequency and threshold wavelength lambda naught. That's all. You can calculate threshold frequency as E is equal to h nu or E naught is equal to h nu naught right now. So go for step 1. We need threshold. E naught is equal to h nu naught. Generally for energy we write above, and for frequency in this one, that's the convention, that's all. Okay. Nu naught therefore is equal to E naught divided by h. They have given threshold energy 4.9 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by, you know, this Planck's constant 6.625, okay, into 10 raised to minus 34. Nu naught, let me know, 4.9 divided by 6.625.
0.7396.
0.7396.
96 into 10 to the power of
15 plus 34.
10 to the power of minus 15, sir.
Minus or plus?
Plus 15. Plus 15.
Plus 15. Or you can shift the decimal. Generally, we don't keep in this pattern, right? We'll keep the decimal after first non-zero digit always. Therefore, nu naught is equal to RD, right hand decrease, 7.396.
396 into 10 to the power of 16.
No, right hand decrease the power, 14.
14.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. So that's the thing. We'll move. What is the next stage? Step 2. Step 2, you calculate wavelength, nu lambda, lambda naught. So lambda naught is equal to C by nu naught. Nu naught is found out. C we know, wavelength, velocity. C 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 7.396 into 10 raised to 14. Threshold wavelength. Come on.
0.4056.
into 10 raised to minus 14, and it will be 6 minus 6.
10 raised to minus 6.
Now left hand,
Sir,
right hand decrease. Tell me.
sir, the formula for wavelength and the threshold frequency is different now, sir. It should because for normally we take C is equal to nu by wavelength.
No, nu lambda. C is equal to nu lambda. So lambda is equal to C by nu naught. That's all. Correct, no?
The answer is 4.056 into 10 to the power of minus 5.
Minus 5.
You need to shift the decimal right hand. Right hand increase it because minus 5. Fantastic. Or what is the unit now? Meters. Okay. No problem.
Sir, why didn't we take kinetic energy, sir? Half mv square.
No, that's not required at all. See, because this is threshold frequency, threshold energy photon. Energy of a photon is h u naught is equal to h nu naught. That's all. Why do you need to take photoelectric effect equation? That is.
Sir, we don't know if this energy is full. If we don't know if the energy is full, like extra or like.
No.
Exactly
if,
required.
Photoelectric effect is E is equal to E naught plus K. This what you'll do. This is not required at all here. Am I right? Okay, you have a different query. You can ask me again.
So what if we use the formula E is equal to H into C by lambda?
You can use, no problem. E is equal to H into C by lambda. And now E is E naught. But they are asking nu naught, no, first. They are asking frequency, no. So better, first you calculate nu naught.
Shouldn't it be to the power of minus 7? Right, decreases.
Is it minus 7?
Yes, sir, minus 7.
Minus 14. 6.
So from the decimal shifting, I'm telling.
This should be minus. Correct. Exactly. It should be minus 7. Right. Because we are shifting the decimal to right hand. Decrease the power. Minus 7 it should be. Correct. We'll go with that. Or you can even go for shift 2 more decimal. It becomes what? Shift the
405.6 into 10 to the power of minus 9.
Minus 9 is nothing but what?
Nanometers.
Like that you can also represent. Or lambda naught is equal to 405.6 nanometer. I'll write directly.
Raghavan sir.
Time up.
Okay, 3:45 ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್.
ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಯಾರ್ದು?
ಶ್ರೀಹರಿ ಸರ್ದು ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ.
ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರು ಸರ್ 3:45 ತಗೋತಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಸರ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು 3:30 to 4:45 ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾನು 5 ರಿಂದ 6 ವರೆಗೆ ಹಾಕೋತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ.
ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು we will announce the classes for the evening. Okay, in your group we'll give complete clarity. Mathematics class will be at what time and chemistry class will be at what time, like that. Is that okay?
Yes sir.
Anyhow, you will have a class today in the evening, one chemistry class and one mathematics class. We'll give details in the group. Okay, so we'll stop at this stage. Wait for some more problems in the next class. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to end the meeting.